Welcome back to TYT Sports. A little bit of humour here depending on what way you look at it. I don't think the goalkeeper will find it too happy, but a ridiculous red card. Moroccan League goalkeeper Mohamed Salah was sent off for basically enforcing a strict policy that we all know is that you cannot run onto the field, and this unlucky fan ran onto the field and happened to come across a goalkeeper who looked more like a bouncer than anything else. He simply grabbed the player and escorted him off the field. Take a look here.
بطاقة حمراء لحارس المرمى محمد صخرة اللي تعامله كيف ما شاف الحكم بعنف مع أحد مناصري المغرب الفاسي. لا ما كانش عليه يتعامل بالطريقة مع مناصر المغرب الفاسي. كاين أمن، كاين منظمين، كاين هذا يخلي الاحترام الواجب. قرار الحكم سليم، قرار الحكم سليم ويقصي حارس المرمى محمد صخرة من المباراة. Mohamed Salah.
For me, this poses a question of the most ridiculous red cards in history, because this guy seems to just be enforcing the policy, but on this flip side, players should definitely not get involved because you never know what these fans who are coming onto the field might have on them. It could result in a dangerous sequence of events. The stewards that are there are supposed to be trained to handle anyone if they come on the field, so there is that policy to enforce. But just looking at it from a neutral perspective, it's a little harsh on the guy who just seems to be trying to get the game back up and running and on. But this poses the question, is this one of the craziest red cards in history? And by crazy, I don't mean just violent. I'm not just going to go to the simple Zinedine Zidane headbutt, which everyone knows is one of the most famous red cards in history. But I'm going to flip through some of the most strange but still crazy. So number 5 for me, Mascherano. Do we remember this? It was insane. Taken off the field on a stretcher for Argentina. He gets sent off for kicking the medic for going too fast on the way. Now for me, I think this is fair play to the ref. Like, he's protecting the medic, the guy's just trying to do his job. Yes, he's walking a little bit fast, but Mascherano kicks him, not so hard, but still gets sent off in Mascherano's face. He hopped off the stretcher and was absolutely priceless when he realised he'd been sent off. I think that injury suddenly fell away to the wayside and he realised, oh shit, I've just been sent off. Number 4 for me, Hazard kicking the ball boy. Now this circulated worldwide. It was it was probably at the highlight of most people's news articles, memes, tweets, just hilarity all around, because it was unfortunate for the ball boy. He should not have been time wasting in that instance. But then you let the enforcers, you let the officials do their job and make sure that that ball boy no longer carries out that job, because he was restricting play, he was restricting time from Chelsea from getting back into the game. But Hazard should not have taken law into his own hands. I wouldn't like to see him as a vigilante just walking around volleying people to try and get things going back. So he comes in at number 4 for me, in Hazard kicking the ball boy. At number 3, this is actually hilarious. This is West Brom versus West Ham, I believe, and it was Youssef Malumba who was angry at the ball being from him being tripped up. When he was dribbling, he decided to pick up the ball, which is an automatic red card, picking up the ball on the field, and then volleyed it right off the back of the West Ham player. And you just see his face. He's adamant that he's not done anything wrong at that time. He's like, he fouled me, you were going to give the foul. The referee didn't blow the whistle, but he just picked up the ball and kicked it off the West Ham player. So there was 2 instances there which he could have been sent off for deliberately kicking the ball at a player, which Fabregas did notoriously last year and got sent off. He's not made my list there, but he was sent off for this. And then coming in at number 2, not number 1, even though most people think this is the most famous red card in terms of just sheer and utter insanity, craziness, whatever you want to call it. Kieran Dyer, Lee Boyer, on the same team for Newcastle. You think that Newcastle's history hasn't been unfortunate in the recent years enough since their fall from grace and being a Premier League potential challenger? But when you have 2 of your same players fighting against each other, that just has got to be rock bottom right there. So Kieran Dyer and Lee Boyer, everyone remembers this. They didn't agree on a certain move, a certain play that they didn't link up well on. And Boyer throws the first punch, Kieran Dyer rips his jersey, throws another, and everyone remembers this freeze frame, which is probably notorious worldwide just as much as I would say Mascherano or everyone else involved in this list. Boyer's face is of sheer fury. So angry that he didn't get to throw another punch to his teammate. He's just frustrated. His jersey's ripped. Hilarious. Meme heaven for me. And at number 1, I don't know how well known this is, but just doing research, this is just crazy for me. So it was in the Kuwait League. The referee, after giving a penalty, gets surrounded by everyone, and those players shouldn't be doing that. They should have been sent off. But rather than just getting the players out of his way and making his decision, he hooks one of the players, knocks him down with a swift left punch that I think Tyson would be proud of. Then someone else approaches him, and he kicks him, pulls out the red card. I mean, it just adding insult to injury is the fact that the referee is able to do things which players would be banned for years for doing. But in the Kuwait League, the referee seems to get away with it. He just sends off a player, then goes over to the sideline, and he must not have liked what the coach said about his violent actions to get the players away from him, and he sends him off as well. So for me, hands down, that's the craziest sequence of red cards, and that deservedly so gets number 1. But we want to know what you guys think. Let us know in the comment section below. Is there any red cards I missed in there that were just sheer and utter crazy that you want to highlight? As always, we like to interact with you guys, so continue to comment and subscribe to TYT Sports.